Amazon storage fees can really add up in Q4. In this video, I'm going to show you step by step how you can strategically lower your Amazon storage fees when getting ready for Q4. Now, if this is your first year selling on Amazon, you're going to see that if you have excess inventory that's been in the warehouse for at least 12 months and it really isn't moving, Amazon's going to begin to charge you higher storage fees getting ready for Q4. And the reason for that is because they're trying to make room for the sellers who are selling inventory. So pay close attention to this video because I'm going to show you how you can avoid paying really high costs that will eat into your bottom line as an Amazon seller. And don't forget, if this is your first time watching one of my videos on YouTube, consider subscribing to my channel and joining my private Facebook group where I will be releasing exclusive content to Amazon sellers, both seasoned and brand new, and turn on the notification bell so you never miss an update. So while you're looking at your inventory, the easiest way to calculate how much potential fees you can pay to Amazon, simply just go to Manage Inventory, then click on Manage Excess Inventory, and you'll get a clear indication of potential fees you may be paying to Amazon in Q4. Now, I believe it's based off of a 3-year average, so you'll just go ahead and divide by 3 to get your current year's potential storage fees. So now that you've calculated your estimated storage fees, you should really consider moving through the inventory that you have in excess. Now, you don't need to sell through all of your inventory, you just need to go based off the number Amazon gives you. So if they say you have 150 units in excess inventory, then it would be wise for you to really sell through 150 units as quickly as possible in order to avoid paying those long-term storage fees on your inventory. The first way you're going to want to sell through this inventory with some urgency is by actually doing quite a few things. The first thing is you'll want to lower your sales price about 20%. And the reason you're going to want to lower your sales price is to increase organic conversions. And again, you don't need to have it 20% for very long. You just need to have it low enough until you sell through that excess inventory, so that way you don't pay any long-term storage fees. And apart from lowering your sales price, you're going to also want to drive PPC traffic to your listing. Now, with your current bids, you should really consider raising your bids between 15 to 30%. So, and the reason for that is because you want more impressions, more clicks, and you want to drive that traffic to your listing that's already discounted from your previous price. And to really put a bow tie on this entire first strategy would be to also add a listing coupon to your product. And the reason for that is because you're going to do a couple things. Adding a listing coupon with about 5 to 10%. Now, the listing coupon doesn't have to be too high, but the reason you're going to want to have it is so that way you can increase organic conversions and also increase the PPC traffic. So the conversions from the PPC traffic, I should say. And the reason for that is because you have a goal. That excess inventory is what you're going to need to sell through in order to avoid paying those fees. So if you need to sell through, let's say 150 units within a short period of time, then you should really consider going gung-ho essentially on PPC, listing coupon, and a lower price point. You're going to have a lot more sales conversions, and incidentally, you're also going to increase your rank. So it does have a positive. So you're making a little bit less money in profit in the short term, but you're avoiding long-term storage fees, and you're also increasing your keyword rank. Another powerful alternative to Amazon PPC would be to use social media to drive sales to your listing. Now, I usually recommend social media if your Amazon cost per click on average is above 15 to 30% of your sales price, which basically means if your average cost per click is above 30% of your sales price, it's going to be really hard to move through inventory even with the discount on your listing, because your particular product is really expensive on Amazon's platform. So if that's the case, you're gonna have to spend a lot of money, which you might get even better results if you spent that same amount of money from PPC and just transitioned it to social media traffic. And social media traffic would be Facebook ads, Instagram ads, YouTube ads, Twitter ads, all the major platforms where you can control the audiences and essentially control the traffic that goes to your listing. And if you're not really good with social media traffic, my company ZonRush is an Amazon product launch service for Amazon sellers. We are the only service that posts our weekly launch results, and we're also 100% within Amazon's terms of service. So if you're not very good with driving social media traffic and you want the absolute best results for doing this, you should really consider using my company ZonRush. We'll go ahead and take care of you. Now you can also use influencers to drive traffic to your listing. I recently did a video right here that you can check out. And in this video, I essentially go over how to use influencers effectively. And what's really powerful about using influencers is that with influencers, they already have an audience. So you don't need to have an email list. You don't need to drive traffic to a cold audience. Influencers already have an audience that you can tap into to get an influx of sales within a condensed period of time. Now, using influencers has its advantages as well as its disadvantages. Now, in the video, if you go ahead and watch it, I'll show you how to strategically find the best influencers for your particular product. Remember, when you're using influencers, you want to be sure to use influencers that are in a line with your particular product. So if you're selling toothpaste, for example, you really don't want to go after someone who's in the fitness niche. You probably want to find influencers in the beauty niche, as an example. And when you're vetting influencers, it's very important to look and pay close attention to their engagement rate. The higher the engagement, the better your product is going to do when using influencers. And if you can, try and get video produced for your listing, because if the influencer can make a video for your particular product, that's powerful because you now have rights to this video and you can repurpose that particular video for content, if maybe to add to your listing, to add it as a review, to use it in Facebook ads or Instagram ads. So it's really important that you get a video created for your product, have an influencer drive an influx amount of sales so you can reduce your inventory, but you also now have video that you can use for basically whatever you want. Lastly, the best action is preparation. So if you do end up paying some storage fees, let's say you have a little bit more than 150 units and your item is slow selling, if you do pay a little bit of storage fees now, what's really neat is that Amazon actually at the very beginning of the year, within the first quarter, they offer sellers free removal on inventory. So if you do have, thousands of units that are just really slow moving, what you could do is get a portion of that sent back to you during Amazon's promotion for free removals. And that way you'll now store it, and when you're selling through your inventory, you can go ahead and send that inventory in without having to pay any of the removal costs. Now, if your item is a bit more expensive, let's say about $50, then you should really consider paying the removal fee to get some of that inventory sent back to you. Again, you don't need to do all of your inventory. You just need to get rid of that excess inventory so you don't pay ridiculous storage fees. And that'll really help you in the long term. You'll eat a little bit of the cost right now. It's about 50 cents per item. But if you eat that cost now, it can really outweigh the storage fee costs if your item is a little bit bigger, a little bit heavier, and higher priced. So once you receive that inventory, then as your items begin to sell, as you improve in keyword rank, then you can send smaller batches of inventory to your listing so that way you avoid those inventory costs. And these are easy mistakes. First time sellers, we all make these mistakes, and it's just part of the learning process. Now, I get a lot of emails asking, Sebastian, what is the best Amazon PPC campaign setup? And if you stay with me, I'm about to take you on this next video that's about to pop up on what I think the perfect Amazon PPC campaign setup is. Now, you should really consider it's not always a one-size-fits-all. There are a lot of variables that go into successful campaigns. This is just my advice based on the data my company ZonRush has gathered from helping Amazon sellers manage their PPC. And we have some pretty large accounts, all the way up to 30,000 SKUs. And I've essentially boiled down all of the data from our top seller accounts, 7- and 8-figure seller Amazon sellers, and we've condensed, very simply what the perfect campaign structure is that can work for our really large clients down to, if you're just a brand new seller with 1 SKU. So you'll get the added benefit of having all of that data at your fingertips. So in this next video, I'm going to show you how to strategically set up the perfect Amazon PPC campaigns. And of course, if this is your first time watching my YouTube videos, go ahead and leave me a comment below. I love to see what you guys are saying and engaging with the content, so that way I know what type of videos to put out for you guys. And leave a comment and share this video if you found value. It helps me out a lot, and it helps Amazon sellers get the word out on how to better their business. And of course, please consider subscribing to my channel and joining my private Facebook group. I do release exclusive content to our Facebook group. We're a very close-knit tribe, and I would love to have you.